Cyberpunk 2077 is a grotesque and somewhat eerie look into the not-so-distant technological future, and while the implications of the players and storyline are fictional, the game cannot help but make an exploration towards what technology, morals, and humanity could mean in the near future. The game can also serve as a cautionary tale, urging us to consider the potential dangers of unchecked technological advances and the need for a solid ethical, dare I say, Christian framework to guide our choices. The game's impact in the exploration of complex moral issues can also demonstrate the potential for video games to serve as tools for engaging literally in these theoretically morally gray worlds. So, what better way to approach this topic than from an apologetic standpoint, and what an envisioned world like this could mean for Christians like us. Quick disclaimer as well, this video will not be getting into spoiler territory, so no need to worry about any of that. Firstly, I'd like to talk about Cyberpunk's interpretation of the future of cybernetics, mainly the human integration of it. Within the game, gaining new bodily cybernetics is as easy as getting a tattoo. All the player needs to do is walk into a shop and pick from a menu. It seems apparent by in-game dialogue that the price for these options can vary depending on the quality of the technology. What kind of cost morally might easy access to these fleshy upgrades be? Citing a peer-reviewed research paper by Michael Buttrey, Buttrey compares what he calls biomedical moral enhancement, or cybernetics in the case of Cyberpunk, to other moral improvement methods, like the teaching of virtue ethics. He argues that those cybernetics can't be both more reliable than traditional moral education and just as respectful of human freedom, which I find fascinating because he is essentially saying that there is a trade-off between bodily technology integration and your free will to choose. Now, in Romans 12:2, it says, "Do not be conformed to this age, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, so that you may discern what is the good, pleasing, and perfect will of God." Meaning, moral transformation is tied to the renewal of the mind, not manipulation or control of it. When it comes to integrating technology and mind, this seems to raise some flags over who's really in control, not only from a scriptural standpoint, but also a philosophical one. Secondly, I find the first point pushed even further through the ringer throughout the various missions and storylines you encounter in Cyberpunk. Using a somewhat neutral reference, cyberpsychos, which are various side missions throughout the cyberpunk world, are individuals who have attained cyberpsychosis, which is caused by an overload of cybernetic augmentations, cybernetics, to the body, causing the individual to have manic episodes and in most cases hurt other individuals. Quoting directly from the Cyberpunk wiki, mental damage from cyberpsychosis will change aspects of their personality and follow them their entire lives. Not good. Galatians 5:13 speaks a little on this when it says, "For you are called to be free, brothers and sisters, only don't use this freedom as an opportunity for the flesh, but serve one another through love." Lastly, I want to bring home the point of how the game itself, Cyberpunk 2077, can further help us explore these moral gray areas literally in a video game sandbox, and how something like extreme body enhancing technology might play out to its moral conclusion, only it can be monitored from a safe distance. While Cyberpunk 2077 is ultimately a piece of media that was made to entertain, it is obvious the creators wanted us to experience some of these moral dilemmas in different ways. The introduction of choice into the game also adds another layer of immersion and variety in this way. Ultimately, as Christians, we should look at these sci-fi dystopian future type video games as entertainment, but also consider what the narrative is telling us, because it may not even take being a Christian to realize we shouldn't be trying to put tech in our brains. But what we do gain as Christians is the knowledge that the foundation we have in Christ is the ultimate biological upgrade. Thank you for watching.